Hello, loves. Welcome to the Happy Sexy Summer Challenge. I'm super excited to have you guys in here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a module that is going to be less than 30 minutes for each week. So, the point of these modules is to help you go deeper, help you go further into everything we talked about on the masterclass. And if you didn't get the masterclass, totally okay. I'm going to include that within this course as well. So it's going to be a short 4-week course. It's going to be short, but transformative and powerful. The whole point of this is to help you become the healthiest, happiest version of yourself. Now, there's only so much we can do, of course, in 4 weeks, but this is really going to help you get the ball rolling. So whether you've been struggling with emotional eating and you've been on this roller coaster and you're like, I'm sick of it. This is exhausting. It's annoying. I want to feel and look good in my body. And I know emotional eating is my struggle. This is going to help you with that. Or whether you're just looking to have some new, healthier patterns and habits and you want some help and support in that. Or maybe you're like, hey, I've been trying everything and I don't even really struggle with the emotional eating, but maybe you have a lot of stuck stored emotions within you. And so you're looking for something that goes a little bit more deep, a little bit more spiritual and into the healing side of things with a mind body connection. So we're going to be working on mindset, we're going to be working on healing, and we are also going to be working on, of course, the healthy habits as well, because we still need the strategy, still movement and exercise and all that stuff and eating well is still important, right? But so is also the mind body connection and the emotional aspect because your body literally shows up in the way that your energy is. So, this is why, I'm going to pull this up for you because I think just in case anyone did miss the masterclass, I think this is really important for you guys. So I'm going to pull something up here really quick, and this is how we're going to start off is we're going to start talking about affirmation. So this week is all going to be about awareness because you can't change anything you're not aware of. That's why we have patterns where we stay stuck in crappy relationships and we may be like, "Oh, why do I keep doing this?" But you're not actually asking why. What you're doing is actually shaming yourself versus, I notice I have this pattern. I notice I have this pattern of emotionally eating. Like, what's actually coming up behind this? When am I actually doing this? And so I'm going to teach you guys how to ask yourself questions in a more productive way so that you can become truly aware of what's actually going on subconsciously. So, just FYI for you guys, your actions and your habits and your patterns, they are built upon your beliefs. So, your mindset, your thought process, all your thoughts were which we have like 60 to 80,000 a day, okay? But 95% of those are subconscious, so we don't realize it. And they're mostly on autopilot. There's only 5% where we're actually cognizant of what we're doing, what we're thinking, what we're saying. So what we want to do is create a little bit more awareness by asking ourselves the right questions so we can tap into that 95% because that's what's going to help you truly have an identity shift, okay? So let me just pull this up here real quick and then I am going to share my screen with you guys. Where's the picture? There it is. Awesome. So where is share screen? Share. Da, da, da. This one. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to share the whole screen with you guys. Make it easy. Okay, so ignore the 50 million tabs. I'm sorry if that gives you stress and anxiety. Okay, but ignore that. So here's what I want to show you guys right here is how you talk to yourself is literally going to show up physically in your body. And if this is showing up for how you talk to yourself, it's going to be the same with food. This is why some women, they're like, oh, if I just look at a burger, if I just smell one, I'll gain 5 pounds. No, that's not true. But you telling yourself that and instilling the belief, which we're going to go into limiting beliefs in one of the other weeks. But I just want to give you guys like a quick overview here. If you have that belief and you're ingraining that into your body doesn't know what's fact or fiction, just knows what you feed it and what you're feeling from it. So when you talk to your body that way, or when you think about food that way, your body is going to react to that stress and it's going to digest differently. When I'm stressed or when I feel guilty about eating something, say for example, Taco Bell, I get more bloated than when I'm not experiencing the guilt and I'm actually enjoying myself, right? So the mind body connection is super powerful. So this is from a very scientific study, but I just want to show you guys this. Like this is the rice experiment. And then this is the same thing, essentially, just in a plant experiment, where for a few weeks you talk to something lovingly, and the other thing you talk to it like it's nothing. You're worthless. You're a failure. You're no good. Like, what's wrong with you, right? You're bullying it. And so we want people to be kind to us, but we need to first learn to be kind to ourselves. And not only are you going to notice a difference in how you're feeling with your energy, because every time you have a thought, that takes up glucose in your brain. So if you're an overthinker and you're constantly tired, it's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. So as you learn to build more confidence within yourself, we're not going to get too much into like overthinking within this. It's more on like the mindful habits and that kind of focus. But as you learn to build confidence and you learn to release the overthinking, which this will help you with to a capacity, you're going to notice you start having more energy. As you start loving yourself a bit more, you can't self-hate your way to self-love. You can't shame your way to aligned growth, to fulfillment. If you're shaming yourself, like let's say, for example, you are hustling, 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 you might get some money from that, but you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're still not going to feel worthy because you're still like trying to fill this wound that only you and the self love for yourself can fulfill. Okay. So I just want to get you guys, one, in the arena of awareness, and two, start practicing being kinder to yourself. So I have an exercise I'm going to give to you guys. However, bonus points for anyone who has a plant, or if you go out and get a small little plant like Trader Joe's, they can be really cheap, and start saying affirmations to those. So we're going to practice affirmations. But if you are feeling like uncomfortable with it and you're just like, nope, this is way too cringe, I want you to give yourself the grace and try it with the plant first. Okay. Any progress is going to be good progress. So let's get into though how we are going to build awareness. Where this is it. Okay. So this is going to be your emotional eating tracker. So for the next 2 weeks, for the week, you're going to have your why, and the why and affirmation can be the same thing for both weeks if you want. But you're going to have your why of like, why do I want to be healthier? Why do I want to feel good in my skin? And I know everyone says this, and it's like, I roll, okay, but your why really does matter. And sometimes your why is not deep enough. So for me, even in the last couple of years, I overcame emotional eating to the point where I lost 10 pounds in a month from doing the inner healing work that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. However, after medical malpractice court case for my father's passing, I started emotionally eating again. And I'm like, oh, you know better than this. You teach about this. Like, you shouldn't be having to deal with this kind of thing. And it made me feel like a failure and it made me feel like an imposter. What did that do? Instill a shame spiral. So until I learned to give myself love, until I learned to give myself grace, I wasn't able to kick myself out of it. But not only that, like my why was, well, I don't want to be a hypocrite. And yes, that is very important. However, I was also having the why of vanity aspect. I'm like, I just want to look good, right? I want to fit into these jeans and stuff. And then it got to the point where I was so uncomfortable within my body because I am like, hello. I'm I'm quite large up top. Like you see, I'm fairly like I'm pretty thin, but I'm very well endowed. And so that has been something for me that my confidence shifts with that, right? So most of it is just tissue, but I know that when I start holding a little bit of weight, it goes there. So I'm like, you know what? You've been wanting a reduction, you know, because when you lost that weight before, it went down. So you can either get the surgery or you can lose it naturally. And I know you don't want to do surgery. So we got to kick our ass into gear here. And that's when I started losing weight again because my why became deeper. So on not on this sheet, but on a different sheet, I want you to write down like what's my why? Write down what your why is, the first thing that comes to your mind. And then I want you to ask yourself why again. Okay, I want to lose weight because I want to fit into my favorite pair of jeans. Okay, why do you want to fit into your pair of jeans? Well, because it makes me feel good. Okay, why does it make me feel good? Because I can be more comfortable in them. I can breathe easier in them. I feel like I look cute in these jeans. Okay, why do you want to look cute? Why do you want to feel more comfortable in your pants? Why not just buy a bigger size of pants? Why does it have to be that size? And like keep going down to it, right? I'm using like a very vain example, which I'm not saying vain in a bad way by any means. Like, hello, I told you, like that was my goal too. And honestly, I do feel more confident when I look a certain way in my clothes. And it helps me not only like I know I'm a healthier version of myself, I don't have to be the smallest version, but I know the size of jeans where I'm healthy and it makes me feel good. And so I know if I'm like deviating from that and buy a bigger pair of jeans, it's like, you're not being healthy though. It's one thing like if we have certain struggles, some people have thyroid disease, all that kind of stuff, right? And I think it's very important to be loving and kind to your body and like go ahead, buy the bigger size of jeans. And if you have a healthy lifestyle and that's your body type, that's beautiful. That's amazing. For me personally, I just knew you're not being really that healthy. You've been eating a little more mac and cheese, you've been eating a little bit more takeout and stuff like that. So that's my personal feedback, but everyone is different. So I just want to make that very, very clear here. So know what like your feedback is for yourself. So for me, when I'm feeling confident, I'm able to show up more within my business. I'm excited more for my business because I feel like I'm in alignment with it. I feel like I'm living what I preach. So it makes me feel good about that. And my boobs will be smaller. So that helps me more with my body image. So I have these like deeper reasons. So I want you to really go deep into that why. Okay. I just need to cough for a second, you guys. Sorry, my throat is like super dry because I've been talking already all day. And then I'm recording these for you guys. So if I cough and take the water, please do excuse me on that. So every single day, well, first of all, you're going to go through your why and then you're going to create an affirmation. I'm going to teach you guys how to do the affirmations in a minute, but I want to go through this real quick with you. So, ignore the affirmations for right now, but those are going to be weekly. So, whatever day you have, I have included enough space here because there's two of these here, right? So, this is going to be enough for the 4 weeks. There's a space for every single day. But if you're not having a day where you're not wanting to emotionally eat, that's totally fine. You don't need to fill it out. You're going to put the date, you're going to put the emotion that you are feeling. So, really getting used to identifying when am I wanting to emotionally eat? Okay. And then you catch yourself and say, okay, what is the emotion I'm feeling right now? Am I angry? Am I pissed off? Am I feeling shameful? Do I feel like a failure? Like, what's going on? And then you're going to ask yourself, like, okay, what just happened here? What's been happening in today? Like, what am I feeling emotional about? And when you're doing this, you'll be able to see, is there a pattern? When I get into a fight with my husband or with my spouse, or with my kids, if my kids are stressing me out, is there a pattern here of like that's when I tend to emotionally eat because then that's when we gain the awareness of okay, when are the times that I am emotionally eating? So I had a client where whenever she'd get into an argument with her mom or whenever she'd be pissed off at her sister, she would turn to the food, right? So if you're just emotionally eating, but you're doing it like subconsciously and you're just like, "Ugh, I'm just like annoyed right now, let me eat," but you're not identifying what the root is, you're going to keep having that habit. You're going to keep having that pattern. So this is why we want to gain awareness. And then I want you to ask yourself on a deeper level, what feels triggered here? So for this client who, if she got into a fight with her mom and maybe it was about her sister and their relationship, and sometimes she felt like, oh, my mom kind of cares more about my sister than me. And so that might be the trigger. And that's like, okay, what's underneath that? Well, I don't feel as loved. I don't feel like I'm as important. And so it's triggering this like wound of abandonment, right? And it may not even be that deep. Maybe it just might be my kids really were on one today. And so I just couldn't be arsed with cooking or doing any of that. So I just sort of take out. And because I'm already stressed, like I really just wanted the carbs and the fat. And so I just went to McDonald's or whatever it was. And, I was just feeling triggered from overwhelm. Okay. And so now overwhelm we know is something. And how can I navigate overwhelm? So as you're learning this, and you guys are welcome to comment about this and come with this into the group chat of like, hey, I've been doing this for like 14 days now. And I'm noticing whenever I'm overwhelmed that this is coming up, right? And so then we can go into and coach you within Telegram to say, hey, okay, what can we do? Like, what specifically is overwhelming you? And start asking the next questions and coming up with a game plan for you. And I'm talking about Telegram for those who are in the challenge. So if it's like past the challenge and you guys are just like coming into the course, like you guys are still welcome to message me for one-on-one coaching or fill out the link in my bio for that. But this is like, I'm just saying that for the women who are in the challenge and where we're in the Telegram group together. And this is the beautiful thing and the power behind coaching is you can get it within that real time while you are going through this. So you're not waiting like with therapy. You have to wait like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month in between appointments, right? With coaching, you're able to get back on track throughout the week. You're able to see and ask, like, okay, what's going on deeper here? Like, where can I get support with this? This is what I'm noticing. And have someone ask you those deeper questions to go deeper and to help you navigate a strategy so you can have those transformations faster. Okay. Because the sooner we get it as it's happening, the more you are practicing embodying that version that you want to be. And that is how the transformation happens. Okay. So that is how you are going to fill this out. Whenever you're feeling like you want to stress eat, emotional eat, as you reach for that food and you're asking yourself, wait, am I hungry or am I stressed? Or do I need to take a beat, right? And I recommend doing something for 10 minutes first, whether you're reading, whether you're dancing, whether you're even doing the dishes, or you go out for an errand. Notice, like, if you're feeling like, no, okay, I'm not really that kind of hungry, or even if you are, drink some water first, go do something for 10 minutes, and then ask yourself, am I hungry? Because sometimes when we're stressed and emotional eating, we truly do feel hungry until we regulate our emotions, until we regulate our nervous system. So if you know, like, yeah, I've already kind of, eaten for today, like I already just had lunch and an hour later I'm hungry, maybe I'm feeling stressed, take 10 minutes to go do something else and distract yourself and then come and ask, okay, do I still want that? Am I still hungry? And if so, go for it. Or if you're already like, hey, I'm just ready to emotionally eat, like I'll do this, but let me go eat this and then fill this out. Okay. So I'm telling you this so you can kind of stop it in the tracks right now, but at the same time, I truly believe like let's just gain awareness first here and notice when you're doing it, because if we try to change too much too soon, that's also overwhelming. So if you don't want to regulate the emotions just yet, that's okay. You'll see more results physically if you do, but my thing is not about helping you lose the most weight in a short amount of time. My thing is helping you have the identity shift that lasts a lifetime. Okay, my throat is like getting really dry. So I'm going to try to like hurry this up here. So I really recommend for this, not trying to like change your habits per se this week, but becoming aware of them and tracking them. Okay. So what's the date? What's the emotion? What has been going on? And then what exactly is feeling triggered within you? And if you want some more examples of this, please just let me know in the chat for my girls who are in the challenge. Okay. So now let's talk about the emotions aspect. I want to just let you guys know that in here, you have an emotion guide because sometimes you can be like, I'm angry, I'm pissed off, whatever. So here is a bit of a guide for you. Maybe you're feeling panicked. Maybe you're feeling agitated, or maybe you have fear going on, or maybe you're sad about something, right? Maybe you're depressed, or I'm just kind of gloomy today. It's kind of a crappy day outside. It's raining, It's making me want to just eat. So whatever it is. So you can use this to fill out the emotions, okay? Um, and then the last thing for tracking too, feel free to use this. I think you'll have a deeper transformation if you do. Just noticing, again, not changing anything. This is not for a meal plan. It's not for a meal plan, okay? That will be in a different section. However, just being aware of what I have for breakfast, what I have for lunch, and what I have for dinner. The other reason why I want you to fill this out is because as you're going through the deep emotional work and the mindset work, I guarantee you're going to notice, I was filling this out the first week, and now it's the fourth week. This looks a lot different. And maybe this looks a lot more consistent because I guarantee you it will. All right. So for this first week, though, you are just going to be focusing. Actually, I need to add in more weeks here for you guys. So I will do that and upload it for you. Because yeah, it's just so I need to add like 2 more pages for you guys. But this first week, I just want you to focus on awareness, not changing anything, not planning anything. And then same thing with movements. Maybe you have a dance class planned for Tuesday or for Friday. You're like, "Okay, I'm gonna take, Brandy's dance class on Friday." Awesome, that's your movement, okay? So you're gonna track that, and then I want you to also focus on water and protein. That's gonna be the only thing that you do try to actually fully focus on and make the effort in where it's not just awareness, but you're actually gonna focus on that. So I want you to really up your water intake. Typically it needs to be half your body weight, okay? Again, not a personal trainer. This is just, like, information that's out there that's, like, very well known. Personally for me, I like to aim for 100 ounces. For me, that really works, and my body feels best when I'm doing that. So feel free to do, like, your own research on that, or you can ask Brandy. So for those of you who are catching the course, Brandy is oh, I froze. Why did I freeze? That really sucks. What's going on? Fuck, are you serious?